Hello, and welcome back to review number 2 of this three-part adult-oriented extravaganza that is the adult cartoon viewing experience. Now, like I said before in the previous review, these aren't things you can find on DVD. I mean, I've looked. You cannot find these things anywhere. Maybe on some um, ripped or burned discs somewhere, bootleg convention, maybe, but I haven't found them yet. Not that I've been to any of these things. I've barely been to a few that have any bootleg stuff, you know. So again, bear with me the fact that you can't really find any things outside of YouTube, apparently, um, in full episode videos and um, the channels, for the whole series. So, without further ado, let's start with Spicy City by Ralph Bakshi. Yes, that Ralph Bakshi from oh, what was it? I have it somewhere over there in my cartoon section. All the other adult stuff. Um, it was yeah, there was Wizards and all that. All that other adult stuff. This is his TV series, as opposed to the movies. This is this TV thing where the guy had free reign. It was fun. It's it's freeing. It's freeing seeing the adult stuff because it just goes there, you know, and have a rockin' soundtrack to go with it. Um, Spicy City is an anthology series, much like Tales from the Crypt. How the Crypt Keeper has a setup, a dialogue, to introduce each each episode that takes place in that world. The host of this anthology series is a nightclub owner slash singer slash uh, apparently like most bartenders, a therapist too. So Raven is this beauty that introduces each episode. We start off in the bar where she has some sort of dialogue and starts in with every little thing. And each story is radically different. The two do not overlap. There's no reoccurring characters. There's only the reoccurring world and maybe technology. Maybe. But that's as close to anything connectively as you get. It all takes place in the same ritual city. The first episode is called Love is a Download, followed by episode 2, Manos. Manos Hands. Or the Hands of Manos. The Hands of Fate. Kidding. Tears of a Clone, Eye for an Eye, Sex Drive, Raven's Revenge. Now let's start this off here. Let's see.
I know. You can't believe it. Saturday night, and little old me without a date. He's been dreaming of me. Could have been a contender if he'd only had the guts. Sometimes the best girls are left out in the cold. Beauty can be so intimidating to a man. But don't worry about me. I'll find someone. For some, love might best be found in a place that lies far from the beating
So that's basically her introduction. And each episode has, like I said, a different theme to a different audience. So Love is a Download is basically like The Matrix or Ghost in a Shell sort of a thing. You know, it's like Ghost in the Machine thing. You know, it's a neural upload thing. Manos is the only real magic one. There's no real technology. There's technology in the background, whatever, blah blah blah. Manos is basically dealing with severed hands that come to life, and that, I mean, like that. That's it. Then we go back to technology about cloning, about a um, kidnapped girl from a mob boss or some sort of billionaire or philanthropist or whatever. He wants to get his girl, his daughter back. Well, he says his daughter, but that's kind of questionable. Oh, and I forget to mention the gratuitous nudity throughout this whole thing. Yes, there is gratuitous nudity throughout this whole thing. Um, uh, it's everywhere. Don't worry about it. So yeah, uh, Tears of a Clone is pretty good. Um, these all leave you very emotional. So this isn't just gratuitous eye candy. It has deep themes and emotions. It makes you think and feel, which is nice. Um, Eye for an Eye is about a corrupt cop and revenge. Uh, so these all have deep themes in them. Sex Drive is without a okay. Other than Love of the Download, Sex Drive is one of my favorites because it has E.J. Yearling, uh, e, E.G. The voice of Tommy from Rugrats. Yeah, that actress. She was also in another adult-oriented failed movie pilot for Gen 13. She was Roxanne. Was it Roxanne? Yeah, it was Roxanne. So, yes. Sex Drive is about. It's a little complicated because there's so many different themes going on exactly because you have to explain it. But I love this episode. So I'll explain. I'll spend the bulk of this explaining it. There was this guy, an evil, mad scientist who was apparently stealing hookers off the street and turning them into his cyborg, like, um, uh, 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 the zombie cyborg army to steal men's minds. Yeah, it's kind of convoluted because it, it gets to like you have the thing you kind of already need. It's like wait, but doesn't he? It's like why do you two newly need each other? It just gets a little weird there. But anyway, the story is that one of the girls he kidnaps and converts into a evil cyborg, which like think of the Major from Ghost in the Shell. Uh, she needs to get some sort of code from a mob boss's brain, so she mind wipes him and gives it to the mad scientist guy so he can build his army or something. I don't know. It gets a little complicated. But anyway, while she's off doing this, a taxi driver slash cop trainee, someone who's going through the academy, slash reporter. What? Like, how many side jobs does this woman have? Uh, Gets wind of this, of what's going on, and manages to reverse all this, uh, wheeling and dealing, expose corrupt cops, frees the girl, and also gets the girl. It's also one of the few. Yeah, it's one of the. It's the only lesbian story in this thing. That's why I love it. You know, and it's actually pretty good, and it's kind of action packed. Each one's a tiny little mini movie. It's nice. Um, and it has some. That's the thing. Does again, much like the previous series, it does have a decent sense of humor about it. And then there's Raven's Revenge. Is pretty much the backstory of like who Raven was and how she became the host of the nightclub we see today. You know what happened with genetic, engineering, viruses, and mass genocide and genetic purifications of the unwanted, i.e., all the mutants that the world created. So, yeah, um, I highly recommend the series. If you can get it on DVD, I say go for it. It's one of Ralph Bakshi's finest work, as far as I'm concerned. It's a really good TV series. It's a shame it only lasted one season and then was, axed after that. All right. Um, yeah, nothing of interest nor of non-nudity I can really show, or at least that of a sexual nature. Uh, yeah. Oh, and the sex drive. The You actually feel bad for the girl who's converted into a cyborg because her job is kind of being taken away because of technology is creating basically like the mini holodeck. So there's this row of little like cubicles or pods guys could walk into for a virtual or hard light uh, photonic experience. So she's like, my job is going the way of the dinosaurs. With all these new like shops opening up with the catering to all this newfangled technology, it's like no one wants to deal with a hooker anymore. So you kind of feel bad for her that she has like no work anymore. Um, just wanted to mention that, because even in the future, like every job is going away, pretty much. Anyway, so hope you've enjoyed. The very little I can show, because there's so much to talk about. But I say watch it yourself and see what you think. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. This is a really good series. All right, take care.